Aloha Friday, Hulahans.
Woo! It
Cool, calm, and
certainly
collected. Look
is.
at Johnny there in his Hawaiian shirt.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. Life on Maui.
I'm
Slow
telling you,
pace, laid
it
back,
is.
and
Yep.
you can just enjoy life.
It's the facts, man. Been up since 4:30, drove into town, looked at waves, came back up and actually surfed up at Ironwoods again. And all my old buddies are back from Bali. So I got to talk to the goat. And then I flew over to Kihei and did a little showing at 10 o'clock. So I need a nap, dude. It's 1 o'clock. I've been up for a minute already, man.
Record and nap. Sounds like a great day.
There it is.
Well, Johnny, we had a question come through about Wailea Point. So
Yeah,
we'll quickly kind of talk about Wailea Point, and then we'll jump into what we got today.
let's do it, Danny.
What do you like about Wailea Point?
I mean, it's the Mac Daddy of all, vacation rentable condos, number one. It is super low density. Like I want to say it's 4 units per acre, something along those lines, which is just crazy. Some giant square footages, right? I mean, 2760 for a 3 bedroom. I saw that somebody has, this combo opportunity where they bought the two adjoining units and now it's the only 5 bedroom, 6 bath. Location wise is just ridiculous, dude. I mean, it's nestled between the Fairmont and the Four Seasons. I mean, talk about good neighbors, right? So all of that bodes well for location, location, location. It does enjoy access to two incredible beaches, Wailea Beach, and then also Polo Beach as well.
Yes.
It offers garages, which are kind of, I we were talking about this, right? Because they are kind of a separate inclusion, if you would, in the world of CPRs. And those are what those smaller buildings look like that are adjacent to the larger ones there. So we were kind of having discussion with Brock if they've ever been sold off separately, because when you read through the listing, it always mentions, you know, this particular garage apartment is also included in the sale. So some different moving parts there. They seem to have been condominiumized on their own. Amenities are ridiculous. What is it? Four pools. You've
Three
got
pools.
okay, three
It's
pools. You've got that lap pool there, Olympic size. You've got pickleball courts. You've got tennis courts. There's the other pool there, just kind of a smaller enclave off to its own, if you would. It is absolutely guard gated, 24-hour roving security, and super close to the shops at Wailea, all of the restaurants you want to go to. You've got a Nobu, you've got a Spago, you've got the local lineage close by as well. And then scroll past, go north there, Danny, so we can kind of see a little bit no the other way. So that's Ho'ole as well up above, but go down the other way towards McKenna for me. So now the enclave of homes that we're seeing there, now you've gone too far out, Danny. But just want to kind of show off.
where are we going?
Take,
Here?
take me, you've gone too far, buddy. Take me back up closer to the Wailea villas. Just want to show where they're starting off Billionaires Row, bro.
There you go. Okay.
There it is. So that's it. This enclave of homes here, McKenna Road, all of that. That kind of gets started to Billionaire Row, McKenna Road, keep going. So yeah, all along here. Some of the most expensive real estate on Maui. You do have billionaires that live out in this direction here, including Jeff Bezos himself. Aerosmith lives down the street there. So, in terms of values, some of the highest values that you're going to see there on Maui. Taxes for these things, man, about 10 grand a month. Vacation rentable, but got to be 30-day chunks, is my understanding as well.
30-day chunks.
So,
Yep.
Yep. So you can rent it for 30 days, come out and spend a week, but you're going to pay for the month.
And most people probably want to spend a whole month.
Yep. So you've got a similar opportunity just north of this here on the other side, which is the Wailea villas. And those are strictly residential. So maybe even a little bit more exclusive, if you would, because it's owners and their friends only, right?
Which on Ho'ole?
No. The Wailea villas themselves, the ones, not the Point
Beach
Village.
villas?
Yeah, the
That's
other
also
Wailea
hotel zoned.
ones. But there's ones that you cannot vacation rent, and they look
Not sure.
very similar.
Yep. Anyway,
You got Wailea Point, and then you got Wailea Villas. Is that what it is? One's residential only, the other's vacation rentable.
yeah.
So Wailea Point right there, vacation rentable. The others are not. So just a little bit of a dive into the Wailea Villas there. We appreciate the person that reached out to us, and our intention is to do a deeper dive for you separately, and then we'll send that out to you.
There you go. If you have questions, we do answer them.
Here we go. Talk of the town, Danny. Yeah, let's go back to number one, though.
See if we can. Here we go. There we go.
Ooh, little the Royal Kahana leasehold studio.
Sure is. Been sitting there for
And
319 days.
really, really close to what you can pick one up for fee simple. And not a super killer view there.
No,
So
five
that's
blocks.
why 319 days on the market and only a $49,000 price reduction. I think that one's going to sit for a bit more, Danny.
Not sure what they're doing. They're just kind of hanging out.
So let's talk about it. 783 monthly fees, 452 is what pays the
Yep.
rent. So
Good till
there you have it.
2050
Yeah, so about 1,200 bucks or 12, yeah, 1,200 monthly fees all in.
for a studio. And the breakdown here. So 479 your maintenance fee, 59 for cable, 178 in your reserves, 66 for shoreline reserves. Get you to 783.
They had some kind of weird little assessment going there, but it didn't mention it. So maybe it's already paid off or maybe it isn't. But they
Yeah,
did
it was
rails or
for the
something.
railings. Yeah, these
Yeah.
oceanside railings that you see here.
Yep.
I don't think
So
they
that may be
finished
a
that
little
yet.
bit higher. That may be a little bit higher. All righty. So we've got up in Wailuku. Man, where is this, Danny? Sand Hills looks way up
Mm,
there, dude.
take a look.
That is way up there.
You're in near Wailuku
Well,
Heights.
that's what it is. Hmm. All right.
The
It's kind of
first
a little
one.
enclave. Yeah. So Wailuku Estates, 1,450,000, started out at 1,800,000, 2,373 square feet.
That is an
Okay.
interesting house.
That is an interesting little fireplace there. 6 bedroom, 2 bath. Unique.
I don't know
13
what it is.
pictures. Thir 13 photos.
It's a
301.
fixer upper.
That's what it looks like to me, Danny. I mean, price per square foot, but yeah, it's on a huge lot.
Look at all these empty houses. Empty properties
Yeah.
sitting 300 days. Wow.
Yep. Yep.
It is interesting how long stuff sits empty in Maui.
Dude, and this one has been around for a minute and it's got a lot of rental opportunities. But yeah, Mahina Hina is ripe for remodeling. My wife and I were talking. She lived here in the 90s. I'd come visit her. Then we lived there together in an Ohana in the 90s. And it was kind of a nicer neighborhood. And it was popular because it would have detached Ohanas as well, but it's gotten a little bit dated. And we've been talking, and it's definitely ripe for a redo. I mean, it can be a super cool neighborhood. There's, nicer streets than others. A lot of rental opportunities, chopped up houses, some parking's a little squished. But man, close to the ocean.
Nice views.
Yeah,
Golf cart life.
here we go, dude. So these guys, man, talk about starting out aspirationally 211 days ago.
There we go.
So yeah, and this is what sucks about aspirational pricing. But we listen to our clients. We don't get to choose the price, right, Danny?
Yes, sir.
And so they've done their periodic price reductions. I mean, sometimes going back up again,
Down 50, up 10.
and then down, and then yeah. So,
No, down, 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 down.
in this market here, man, that's basically what you do, right? But if you start out a little bit closer to your mark, it makes it seem not so, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say desperate. So yeah, this one's now officially priced less than the foreclosure property that's in here. That one's listed at 835. Definitely rougher condition. So this one can now be used, or that one could be used to sell this one now.
And how interesting is that? We talk about that a lot on Maui, Johnny, right? These bank-owned foreclosure REO properties are not necessarily a good deal. And there you go. Foreclosure property is listed for a, a good chunk more than some other opportunities out there
Yep. And I don't know if
in
that
worse
maintenance fee
condition.
is correct, because listed in 2024, a lot of times agents don't come back to up those. So not sure what the actual maintenance fee is there.
3 bedrooms, 2 baths for 799.
That's it. Nice square footage, 1,094. I've been in it. I mean, it's in good condition. I mean, you may want to get rid of the carpet, etc. But yeah, they've treated it well.
It's
It's an
upstairs unit,
original
Johnny.
kitchen. Yeah, it is. It is. Yep. It's a
Mm.
corner one, so you got one less neighbor. Oh, Keone Villages, Danny. 579 down to 538. Still feels like market value there. Not a deal. Got
Especially
some
for upstairs.
stairs,
I think you got to
upstairs
be in the
unit.
fours upstairs,
I think
especially if
so
you're not
too, man.
remodeled like this.
I think so
Pretty
too.
original.
Yep. Looks very oaky cabineted,
You got
very 10 inch style.
every sort of material in the books.
Yep.
You got it.
DIY. DIY.
538.
Oh, that's a big mural there of Iao Valley.
Wild. So
Yep.
in the
Very
fours, if you're
unique.
looking for something like that, it's probably where you should be.
Holly
Halekai.
Kai, Danny. So directly next to Honokawai Beach Park. So that can be a
Yep.
plus and a negative. Um, Close to some restaurants and whatnot in Honokawai. Honokawai is definitely very walkable. This one's hotel in apartment zone. So looks like they slapped some nice flooring on there. But that looks to be an original kitchen. 575 down from 699. So definitely showing some motivation. Let's see the views. Is it just off to the side there? That's typically
Yeah,
what you
it's
get here
always
is
the
more of the
side view.
side view. Yeah,
Like this,
so
it's still pretty. I mean, you get that
it
beautiful
is.
blue color just right from your little eye. Walk right out
There
to
it
the beach
is.
park, see the whales jumping around, grab your coffee, come back in.
So, I mean, local people would be stoked here, but you just wouldn't be stoked on 1134 for maintenance fees, and that's where it just doesn't make sense. And then
And
how
not
does it
at
make sense as a
600,000.
rental? Yeah, how does it make sense as a rental too? What do you have to rent this thing out at? Well, you definitely know you got to choose include 1,100 bucks in that rent to pay your maintenance fee there.
It'd be like
I
3,500 a
mean,
month at least.
yeah, and who's gonna do that?
Tough. You're kind of in a weird, icky middle where you kind
There's
of
the
need the
rub.
vacation rental to make it make sense financially.
Because the taxes are
Otherwise,
so inflated.
exactly.
Yep. No, it's not Ho
Wow.
Place, it's Hoy Place. Yeah, so this one's good action, man. Kuau Bayview is a great little neighborhood, newer construction, if you would. I'm just always amazed at the money it brings in there, man. And they're just, I mean, it's a regular neighborhood, if you would, where some are nicely updated and some are a little bit rougher. This looks very well maintained. I love that. I love all the views and all the yard. So yeah, peeling
Small
here from
lot,
a million
normal
850.
house, 3, 2,
Yeah.
1,200 square feet. I mean, this would be a normal house in every neighborhood in the country.
I'm just literally blown away at how much North Shore brings.
A lot of demand. Well, 1.8 wasn't doing it, so I mean,
Nope.
you can get some pretty nice places in Haiku for 1.8
That's the rub there, right? With a couple acres
with a
and
couple
another
acres.
house.
So
Anuhea. So this is one built in 21. Yeah, I don't know. That's what the developer was selling them for. I was amazed because I was like, man, the single levels kind of bring more money than the two stories. That's what they picked it up for in 2022, 936. Rent it out for a couple years, make yourself a quick little half milli.
that's the win on Maui.
There it is.
Goes up 30-40% in value in just
Crazy.
a couple of years. But nice
Yeah,
opportunity.
it
It
is.
might
We love the
might still be
neighborhood.
on the high side. 1.4-ish, I think, maybe a bit more of where it should be. Yeah,
Kahana Reef,
familiar with this spot.
yeah, it's starting to come down to earth a little bit. I still don't think 699 is going to get it done. No in-room laundry, but it's just across the hall if you're in the main building there on the lower floor. This one's on the second level, so yeah, 611 for the square footage. Dad used to live here.
I don't see 699, Johnny.
I don't, man. I'm seeing these in the fives, Danny.
Hotel zoned are, we kind of
It's
said hotel
apartment.
zoned were about 700. This is apartment zoned. The fees are exorbitant, 2,000 a month.
Grand, dude. Yep.
I
But the
don't know if
turtles
it's,
do come right along and eat along the seawall there. That's a fact.
and it's pretty funky inside. So
It looks
we'll see.
iPhone
We'll see
iPhone
where this
photoed.
one goes.
That's it.
Oops, I skipped ahead a little bit. There we go.
Alrighty.
Moving along.
Ho'onanea. So this is next to Opokea. It's in town. So the thing that sets Ho'onanea apart from most is it comes with a garage. It's a one-car garage,
Mm,
but man, garages and storage in condos are a thing, right? Lower level units have the yard. This could be one of them. There it is, 101.
yeah, it's
Somebody
one
had
of
one
them.
listed for a million and change, still in the burn zone though, guys, you know? So fees aren't horrible there, right? What is that? 663?
663, not bad at all.
Yeah, so not bad there. I don't know about 929 though. That's the rub. But yeah, those downstairs units, I mean, super convenient. Walk across the street to do your grocery shopping. Got some restaurants you can go to, Kihei Cafe, Island Cream for great ice cream. Yeah,
Nice
great
looking
square
unit.
footage. Yeah.
There's your one car garage. There's your
Yep.
entrance.
Yep.
Really
I just
nice. So it stairs up to
if
the first floor.
there it is. For me, it just feels like they're pricing it like the fire didn't happen. Kind of right along line where they were selling for before, and I just don't see it right now.
It's your only comps, I guess. Go back, right?
Here we go, Danny. Still playing at Kamani at Kealani, right? So started at 995, down to 940 there.
Crazy, isn't it?
You
This
sell
this
one,
unit
and
this
everybody
unit is
prices it.
significantly like more updated than the one that we sold.
Yep. It was just
Flooring,
timing.
kitchen, everything. So timing's everything.
Really is. That's a cute unit, dude. They did some nice upgrades in there,
They
man.
got rid of all the upper cabinet.
It did, man. I
Some
like that
people like
little
that
vent
style.
hood.
It's a cute, looks, very edgy kind of style, but in your kitchen you lose a lot of space for storage.
Sure do. You
But
sure do.
if you don't need, collections of pantry, then you're good to go.
That's it.
So timing's gonna hurt this guy. What do they
Oh,
got? A little Hana in
whoa,
the backyard?
whoa,
Oh,
whoa. There's the 940. Okay. So certain square footages, man, I mean, they probably had to get that passed through the AOAO, but I mean, you can build a certain size, you know, building on your lot and not have to get it, not have to have a permit. It was
and they went all out
200 and
on
then
this
it's
property.
400. Yeah, man. Small yard though.
Very small yard. Get a bit of a
Huh.
view. Still don't think they're
Creativity.
gonna get that price though.
Well, They didn't get 995.
Oh, VA loan. Assumable. There's an assumable VA loan for 2.5%.
These
Wow.
assumptions take a long time, gang. That is the rub.
I love how
Uh,
they pitch it as like no big deal. Like, it's just assumable loan, but then it's like it could take 6 to 8 months.
yeah. Well, here's why. It's Natalie, right? So she just puts it in the MLS for you, and it's basically a for sale by owner.
Oh,
So you
there you go.
call directly and you talk to the owner and you deal directly with them.
Nice looking unit though.
Sure is.
Gosh, this thing would have pushed 1 million if they sold when we sold.
Definitely had a better chance. These still bring in all the money, and it's really interesting that this is part of apartment zoning. It makes zero sense to me, dude. I mean, because it literally is right next to all those homes. There's five or six of them, and those are all hotel zone. And then you got nothing but timeshare to the north. And
Yeah.
then to the south, you got nothing but Kaanapali resorts. And this was built as the Hilton back in 1964, but technically in danger. Don't see it. I mean, it's got a restaurant there, Castaways. I mean, it's being managed by Outrigger or Aston or one of them, but we'll see what happens.
Nice
And these
glass
things,
block walls everywhere.
dude, these bring all the money, man. Like the one bedrooms, they still bring 900. So 1,300,000 for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, kind of attractive. The only attract and dude, this one's been updated, man, because these can be very funky inside. Very, yeah, different ages from 1964 all the way to the 2000s.
Still kind of interesting with the glass blocks everywhere.
It really is. Where are they from? Miami?
Yeah, look at all that. But these go. People love this place. I mean, it seems a
Yeah,
little
dude.
bit slower now than it was before, but these used to like never hit the market. They would always sell off market before listed, internal, just kind of one to another, word of mouth.
Yep.
Off we go.
Okay, here we are in Kihei, Wailea, Kialoa. So one of the beginning, just as we're coming into Wailea, which tend to bring less than like the Wailea Golfs. But man, these guys started out 4,775. Does it have any views? Because that's
Let
a
me,
little bit of the
this
home
is your
run.
view
So
here.
yeah, there it is, a little Scotia view.
A little Molokini action.
Yep. Hmm. Bigger square
Beautiful
footages.
outdoor
Yeah.
living. Yeah. More square
Huge,
footage, but
huge.
small. Only 2 bedrooms.
Yeah. Looks to be all on one level. That seems aspirational to me, Danny. We'll see. Yeah.
We will watch this one. This one will be a
Hmm.
resident on the Hulahan for the next few months, I think.
Boom. South Point at Waikoa. Bet
Got
they
it
didn't
down to
pay
the low
519.
fives. This is going to be in the fours, I think.
Think it's gonna go for 499. That's where I'd come in.
Yeah,
I'd go 485 and land at 499.
coming under five for sure.
Yeah.
They're not moving so quick.
Nope. And lots of opportunities. There's a few of them out there.
Oh, it's been a while since
Oh,
we've had a whaler fractional.
well, this one took only 439 days to sell, but what'd they get for their money, Danny? Well,
Two
they picked up
weeks
the
in
first two
May.
weeks of May. So quiet time to be here. So that's a plus or a minus, depending on how you look at it. 88,000 gets you a 1 bedroom, 2 bath, but they're bigger there at the Whaler. 905, and you get that beautiful view right there.
Sure do.
Yep. 4,000 bucks annually pays for the 2 weeks there for everything.
That's a cute
Ooh,
little
we're up at
spot.
Kula there. So yeah, man, leasehold, Johnson Road. Not sure. I don't think that this one was Hawaiian Homes, but still a leasehold, which was interesting. All offers collected until May 20th. Oh, the old seller will respond to the best offer by May 22nd. And what is this? Is it active today, Danny?
I don't know why it went.
Oh no. So finally went pending
They
contract.
finally
Yeah.
update it.
Don't know why that's the case there, but still in escrow. Maybe they're
Beautiful
telling us
home,
something.
beautiful spot.
Yeah, that's
Look at
why.
that. That is cool.
1460 square feet. Definitely cooler. Gotta have a
Cool, cool,
fireplace. It
cool. Interesting.
does get cool. Yep.
Condominiumized leasehold property with a fixed 25-year lease. $5 a month. That was a deal for someone, I think.
Oh, sold Kihei Road, oceanfront, listed for 6.75, brought 5.5.
Just right back there. A little squeeze.
Aha, just
Conventional even.
behind. Hmm.
Got 1,250,000 discount on conventional, but 500
Yep.
days on market. So
So quick access. You just walk down that little path there, huh?
we don't see
K
too much,
Shores.
Johnny, on the bigger deals. We don't see too much of the kind of incremental price reductions. It seems like they kind of lock and hold their price, and then eventually someone likes it enough to start negotiating on it, and then they get 1 million off, 500 off, 700 off, that sort of thing.
When
Is
you
that
get
what
in,
you see
when
too?
you get into money, Danny, it's funny because there's some wealthy people that want to pay the highest price for everything that they own. It's the hugest flex, right? So
Mm,
you want to pitch it out there, right? See what bites. But yeah, Marianne Fitch, very, very successful, and she don't budge a whole lot on her prices. She takes a long time to move some stuff, but yeah.
eventually move them.
K
All
Shore
right.
is 2-2. That's a rare one. So this is probably in the very first, portion of the lobby portion of the building there, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. They wanted to sell, went quickly. So 1,090,000, shaved off what, 90,000 plus another 75. Kind of stole it a little. And they said, hey, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
two
give you
for
all the
five,
money,
yeah.
but I'll give it to you and I'll give it to you in cash. Somebody stole that, man.
I
Looks
think they did
very
well.
Aston. Looks very Aston with the decor. Um, Something funky is like you always read the remarks, the realtor remarks, and it tells you, buyer's gonna have to pay $900 for the Aston package. There it is, furniture package provided by Aston, must be purchased, approximately $900.
Or you got to pay for them if you remove it.
That's it. Yep,
It's not the nicest. I mean, we're still going like 70s, 80s Hawaiiana.
yep. But that view right there, dude.
That is a
I
sweet,
mean,
sweet view.
it's over everything, but you still get a nice view. Wow, dude, 400,000 sold off market. Somebody got together and said, "Bruh, I sell them to you this much." Okay, we go. Wow.
Dirt.
So smaller lot, right on Lahaina Luna, Villas at Canaleo, 604. Closed at 604 there, Danny, for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Those are starting to come down because of fees as well, man.
Yeah, look at that. Almost 150,000 on that one.
Yep. Beautiful pool there. Very right across the street from the new Hilton timeshare there. So this is North Kihei, Kaialohia, 5 bedroom, 3 bath. Remember looking at this one with that huge carport there. Brought 1,097,000. Great yard, front yard.
Brought him down for sure on that one.
That's Pohailani, Danny. Wow. So this is one of the studios. So the studios are hotel zone. They've really done up these studios inside too, man. They look dope. Some of them got covered parking. You typically park underneath. This one brought 670.
You can't beat that view.
It is gorgeous, dude.
Rainbows and whales. Rainbows year round. Whales half the year. Directly out front.
Yep.
Sunsets. I mean, if you
So
want
right now they're going
vacation,
behind Molokai. So now, but yeah, and that thing just keeps rotating right back between those islands there.
amazing.
That's what makes Maui so distinguished, Danny. I feel about our views is the fact that we have other islands in the views, and that's what makes it
Yes.
so dope. That's the thing.
adds a
This one
little
here,
adds a little spice because you get clouds over Molokai and Lanai that add a little essence to your sunsets. Otherwise,
that's
you just
it.
get a blank sky.
Talk of the town right here, Danny, on Keavakapu. Go back to the history. Let's show them the whole
Yeah, we
tale.
dropped this one a
COVID
few like
purchase.
100 days ago. 65
Yeah,
million they came out at, and we were like, "Whoa, that's
COVID
insane."
purchase. COVID purchase.
Here
Mother
we
of
go.
all. There you go. Brought 45 million off market, I want to say, right? They just listed it and
Yeah,
closed it. So off market sale, 45 million, gotta have it. Then they listed for 65 million, and then they decided to throw it out at an auction. And so they listed at 20 million as a starting price, threw it out at auction, went pending at 28 and change, and it ended up bringing 25.5. So, man, you're gonna have some deductions on your taxes for a few years there when you take a $20 million dinger.
Oof. But that kind of highlights the COVID market, doesn't it, Johnny? People were
And
paying anything in 2021 just to
yeah,
get a slice of Maui. They were every contingency gone, every price point doesn't matter, comps don't matter. Just give it to me. I want it. And maybe they escaped to Maui during that time. They got a few enjoyable years before now they're moving on from it.
must have needed some money, Danny.
Cashola. But
Yeah.
interesting story on that one.
And it was an interesting property, dude. I mean, I got that it was a very important designer, but for Maui, I was like, I don't get it. Looked like
Yeah,
something that belonged in like New Mexico.
for sure. Cabo or
Like
something.
if you were gonna build, there you go, Cabo-ish, right? That's got those vibes, man. So,
Very Cabo-ish. The colors, the shapes. A bit of wood in there. Unexpected.
yep.
It's an interesting compound. Last but not
And ending up
least.
with this one here, Legends at Maui Lani, Danny, built in '06, still holding their own there. That's how you price it, right? Price it to get offers.
They did well. Came in right at market value and they went just a little under, which is what we say. Market value, you're going to be plus or minus maybe 30, 40,000. Exactly what
And
they
that
did.
thing shines, dude, to me. That is looks like a very, very well kept property. Looks
Yes.
freshly painted. There you
Clean.
go. Super clean, super tight. That's how you do it
Amazing.
right there.
So we got for Aloha Friday a little bit about
Woo!
Wailea Point, one of
Yep.
the desirable, sought after South Side condo communities in the perfect location for enjoying Wailea, Palo Beach, Wailea Beach, walking up and down the beach in the walkway
Yeah.
there.
Beautiful path. That Wailea Beach path is amazing.
Talk a little bit about pricing, where things are at in the market, prices coming down, things sitting, some interesting lead sold options, and the big pig for $25 million. That's all
Yep.
we got, Johnny. Enjoy
That's
your
it, Danny.
weekend,
You too.
everyone.
Aloha, everybody.
We'll see you on Monday.